Imagine a city at night, where shadows conceal more than they reveal. Such is the nature of the dark web, a hidden, enigmatic part of the internet. It's like the city's shadowy alleyways, hidden from the gaze of the common passerby. The dark web is not indexed by conventional search engines. Google, Bing, or Yahoo cannot reach its obscure corners. It's a world beyond the bright lights of the surface web, a place where the unseen and the anonymous thrive. This hidden realm is not accessible through the everyday tools of the internet. You can't just stumble upon it. It requires special software to unlock its mysteries. Much like the City of Shadows, it's a place that harbors secrets, some intriguing, others alarming. Venturing into this City of Shadows, however, requires a special key. Welcome to the dark web, the hidden city within the internet. A place where the streetlights are dimmed and the shadows are lengthened. It's a sprawling metropolis, just out of sight, teeming with activity. But it's not like any city you've visited before. This is a city where anonymity reigns supreme, where users can wander the streets unseen, their identities cloaked by layers of encryption. It's like a masquerade ball, where everyone wears a mask and no one is quite who they seem. The key to this city is a special type of software, like Tor, which stands for the onion router. Picture an onion with its multiple layers. The Tor network works in a similar way, wrapping your data in layer upon layer of encryption, each one peeling away to reveal another, until your data reaches its final destination. Each layer hides your information, making it increasingly difficult for anyone to track your digital footsteps. But it's not just about layers, it's about the route your data takes to get to its destination. In the traditional internet city, data travels in a straight line like a bus on a set route. But in the dark web, it's more like a taxi, swerving and darting down side streets, taking a different route each time. This is what's known as onion routing, and it's what makes the dark web so difficult to monitor. Communication within this city is also encrypted. Just like coded messages passed between spies, the language of the dark web is one of ciphers and keys. It's a language only understood by those with the right tools to decrypt it. But what happens in this city of shadows? Well, like any other city, it has its share of both good and bad. There are places where important, life-saving information is shared, and places where the darkest corners of humanity are on display. But we'll delve into that in our next stop on this tour. For now, remember this: the dark web is a city within a city, a place of secrets and shadows, of coded messages and masked identities. But what happens in this city of shadows? In the dark web, markets thrive, but not the kind you're used to. Imagine a bustling bazaar, but instead of stalls selling fresh fruits and spices, the merchandise is of a far more nefarious nature. Welcome to the marketplace of the dark web, a digital black market, where anonymity is the currency of the realm. Here, almost anything can be bought or sold, provided you know where to look and have the right kind of digital currency to hand. The most common types of illegal activities that occur here are as diverse as they are disturbing. Drug trafficking, for instance, is rampant. Like ordering a pizza online, one can simply select their illicit substance of choice, add it to their virtual cart, and check out. Illegal weapons sales are another dark trade that thrives in these shadowy corners of the internet. From handguns to assault rifles, and sometimes even explosives, the dark web provides a worryingly accessible platform for those seeking to arm themselves outside the confines of the law. Then there's cybercrime. Stolen data, credit card information, and even nefarious software like ransomware can be bought and sold in the blink of an eye, turning the personal information of unsuspecting internet users into a commodity. All these transactions are often facilitated by cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. The nature of these digital currencies provides an additional layer of anonymity, making it harder for law enforcement to trace transactions back to their original source. But it's important to remember that not everyone who uses the dark web is a criminal. Some people use it to bypass internet censorship, to communicate securely, or to access information not available elsewhere. So, while the dark web is a hotbed of illicit activity, it's not entirely devoid of legitimate uses. It's a complex digital ecosystem that reflects the best and worst aspects of human nature. Yet the dark web isn't only a den of iniquity. It's a mirror reflecting the complexities of our digital age, where the line between right and wrong is often blurred, and the shadowy corners of the internet can hide both villains and heroes. Amid the shadows, there are also places where freedom of speech reigns supreme. Indeed, the dark web, often portrayed as the internet's sinister underbelly, has a silver lining. It's not all cloak and dagger dealings. It also serves as a beacon of hope for those living under oppressive regimes, where free speech is a distant dream and censorship rules the day. Imagine living in a place where your every word is scrutinized and any dissenting voice can land you in hot water. Sounds frightening, doesn't it? Well, for some, that's their stark reality. In such places, the dark web provides an avenue for individuals to express their thoughts and ideas without fear of retribution. It's like an underground railroad of information, leading to a sanctuary where freedom of speech is not just a phrase, but a way of life. Whistleblower sites are another prime example. These platforms grant those with crucial information a chance to expose wrongdoings, corruption, and abuses of power, all while remaining anonymous. These brave souls, often risking their lives to shed light on the truth, find refuge in the obscurity of the dark web. Furthermore, the dark web also serves as a safe haven for oppressed groups. It offers a platform where they can connect, share their stories, and lend each other support. When the world turns a blind eye, the dark web lends an ear. But here's the rub. Just like the real world, the dark web too is a mixed bag. It's a place where both the noble and the nefarious coexist. It's a reflection of our society, showcasing the best and worst of human nature. So, while the dark web is often vilified, it's essential to recognize its potential for good. It's a tool, and like any tool, its impact depends on the user's intent. As we delve deeper into the realms of the internet, it's crucial to keep an open mind and not let fear cloud our judgment. But remember, every coin has two sides. Beneath the allure of freedom, danger lurks in the shadows of the dark web. Here, in the unseen corners of the internet, you'll find a Pandora's box of digital threats. The dark web is not just a marketplace for illicit goods and services, but a breeding ground for all manner of cyber malevolence. Firstly, malware. It's a term that encompasses a variety of harmful software designed to infiltrate, damage, or disable computers and computer systems. And the dark web? It's a hotbed for it. Just by navigating the shadowy alleys of this hidden city, you expose yourself to a potential torrent of viruses, worms, and trojans. These malicious programs can wreak havoc on your devices, stealing your personal information, corrupting your files, and even taking control of your computer. Next, scams. The dark web is rife with con artists. After all, in a place where anonymity is king, who's to stop a vendor from taking your money and disappearing into the digital ether? From pyramid schemes to phishing traps, the dark web is a minefield of deception. Lastly, exposure to disturbing content. The dark web is a free-for-all, unregulated and unrestricted. It is a place where humanity's darkest desires and most horrifying actions can be shared with impunity. The content you might stumble upon here isn't just illegal, it's often deeply unsettling and can leave lasting psychological scars. Law enforcement agencies around the world are working tirelessly to police this digital Wild West. But it's a monumental task. The dark web's encrypted nature and the anonymity it affords its users make it an elusive target. The authorities are often several steps behind the cyber criminals, and the battle between the two is a perpetual game of cat and mouse. So, should you venture into this city of shadows? The risks are many and the rewards few. But if curiosity tempts you, remember, danger lurks in the shadows of the dark web. The dark web, like a city at night, holds both allure and danger. This digital landscape, veiled in secrecy, is a double-edged sword. It can be a sanctuary for those who value their privacy, or a tool for whistleblowers seeking to expose injustice. Yet it's often a playground for criminals, a place where lawlessness reigns, where illicit markets flourish, trading everything from stolen identities to illicit substances. The dark web's anonymity, while a beacon for some, is a cloak for others. It provides a shield for nefarious deeds, making it a breeding ground for cybercrime, fraud, and other forms of exploitation. Its labyrinthine tunnels, hidden from the prying eyes of search engines, can trap the unwary, ensnaring them in a web of deceit and danger. This is the final warning. The dark web is not a place for the faint-hearted. It's a city of shadows. Venture there with caution, or better yet, not at all.